Okay, our holiday cheese story started many years ago, 10 years ago, when Mitch and I went shopping and came home with some Manchego. Mitch asked her about it and looked it up on the internet. Hence, this is the first place we came to. We thought we might finish up with a bunch of tourists at a big commercial factory and maybe buy some cheese from the shop. Well, we did a little bit better. Oster, the guy who owns the place that we're staying in, was still the only resident and seemed to be the only tourists in town, took us to this lovely place. And this woman, in her little cheesery, just loved showing us around. Then later in the day, it got a whole lot better. Under this town are caves for storing food and wine. Now, let's get this right. We came to this town on the spec that we just might go to some place to find some cheese. Probably thinking we'd end up at some touristy cheese shop. And we are, if you notice, under the town in a cave that's hundreds of years old that made wine. These are storage vats for wine, including a mummified cat. So Oster, our wonderful host, because we're his only guests at the moment, offered to bring us down here and cook dinner for us. So dinner just turned out to be a traditional jamon dish, and we finish up in this cave, and we're having vino,
strong,
with cannonballs in the background. And it just turns out that he has stored down here Manchego cheese in stone jars, and the Manchego is stored in oil, so it lasts. And this particular one is a very aged one, and this one tastes quite different, a little bit strong Finetti, and our traditional dish.
vino.
And our good friend Oster,
Hola.
who is an absolute champion guy. Thank you, man. You're great. This is before you use cradles to hold the cheese. This is what they actually used to make the Manchego. They wrap the cheese around that to keep its form.
And then the
Oster pulled out the 55-year-old brandy for us to have while we're down here as well. I think we've been spoiled. I think it's actually more than 55 years. Whatever it is, it was pretty good.
take the high road, I'll take the low.
Hey Nettie, is this pretty cool or what?
Amazing. How fortunate are we?
And this spot to the left is where the the grape juice comes down after the grapes are trampled up the top here, in that area there, if you can get a perspective on that. And these are the vats where the wine is kept. There's 5 great big vats. Would have been along here, but 3 of them have long gone.
Two.
And down here, they put a jug under that, in the middle of that brass, or whatever it's made out of, bit, like such. That's how they collect the wine and drink it, Nettie.
No.